Hi, in this video we'll talk about CloudFormation template. We'll look into templates to get an idea on how a template looks like. So let's get started. As we discussed earlier in some earlier videos, that a declaration or instruction to deploy resources, to deploy stack on AWS is called a CloudFormation template, and it can be written in JSON or YAML. So to learn templates and to write your own template, you need to learn either JSON or YAML, which is outside of the scope of this course. However, it is not a hard one. You can easily learn JSON or YAML, and these files you can create by using any text editor. I personally prefer any simple text editors like Notepad, which do not have a lot of formatting options. And it's, as I said, that it's very easy to learn JSON or YAML, and you need to learn them, either of them. You don't necessarily need both of them to be able to write templates, and you can also edit any existing templates. So in this course, wherever we have any example of templates, we will use the JSON syntax. But at this point, with this video tutorial, even if you don't know, or even if you don't have any idea about JSON or YAML, should not be a problem to follow. And a template is saved as simple text file. Normally it has either of these four extensions: .json or .yaml or .template or .txt. At this point, probably we should have an upfront note that a bucket on AWS is a storage space created in the same region where the stack is created. So let's look into how it looks like a template. It's as I said, that it's very easy to understand. It's very easy to learn JSON, and even if we don't know JSON, it should not be a big deal for us to understand what is going on what we are talking about. If you look carefully, this is the standard template that you need to follow, and I won't be much technical here, but if you have a programming background, if you know a bit of programming, then you know that this is one block. So from here and from here is one block, and within this block we have sub blocks. This block starts here and ends here, and this block starts here and ends here. So this block belongs to this part, and hello bucket, and the hello bucket and everything all together. This part belongs to the resources block, and they all together makes the whole document. So if you look carefully, you'll see this is the reserved keyword for AWS, which is resources, and it means that we are declaring a resource. We give the name hello bucket. It is our own defined name, let's say, and the type is an AWS S3 bucket. So to write a template, we need to know what are the standard keywords. This you cannot make any exception. If you want to have an AWS S3 bucket, you have to write in this way. So what types are available there? And we say resources. What else could go there in a template? This is what you can learn in detail from AWS website, the best place for any resources on any AWS services. And if you go to the AWS website and look for CloudFormation user guide, you will find a detailed explanation on CloudFormation which includes the detailed discussion on the templates as well. So this is a very simple view of a template where we are asking the CloudFormation to allocate a resource, which is bucket, and we are giving the name hello bucket. So let's see a bit more complex one here. So we have here another example. So here we see that the resource, so we have our resource called hello bucket, and we said the type is an AWS S3 bucket. It might have some other properties as well that we can define. So here you see properties, you see access control is public read, and website configuration. What is the configuration? The index document by default should be this page. If you're into website development, you know that. And if there is any error, so it will display this page. So the main point here is that you declared a resource. You gave the name of the resource, what type it is you're saying, and also you can specify properties. And there's a lot more to the story, as I said, that you need to refer to the whole user guide for the reference manual that you can find on AWS website. So this is a bit more elaborated version of the previous one. Now let's look into another example to understand a bit further on template. So here we have another template file. If you are familiar with the EC2 that we have in some other video tutorials, we know that we need a key pair, we need to configure security group, and we need to specify the ports, the services that we need. So if you look carefully in this template, you see that in the resources, we are creating one EC2 instance, and we're saying type and properties. And here, if you look, we have a new thing which is called reference instances security group. And if you look further elsewhere in the document, you will find instance security group. So instance security group has block up to this point. If you look carefully, you can find out that the innermost is this, and this one paired with this one paired with this one, and this one is paired with this one. So this is the block which defines what is the security group. And if you see that thus in the security group, you have a description which describes what this is all about. It's enabling SSH port access via port 22, and what protocol is being used. And we see that the security group ingress means the incoming traffic to the web server is through port 22. And if we, as we have seen in EC2 tutorial, that by this CIDR IP we mean we want to access it from anywhere, open access. So this is the security group that we are referring here. So the moment we refer here, this reference looks for this security group the same name and understands that by this security group we are referring to this one. So the reason we can write like this is if you can write this block, so that, let's say for example, if you have a very big template file with 500 lines of code, you can have when you master on this templates, you'll see that the templates could be really big, really long one. So you might need to use the same security group in a lot of places, in different places. So you just create once and you just simply refer them as and when and wherever you want to use it. However, if we come back to this next key name, so you give the key name and so other properties. So this is another a bit more elaborated version of a template file. So here the new thing that we saw is the reference. Let's see another example. So here we have another example, further explanation on the parameters. So now here you see that if you use the template for one specific region, then you can sort of fix the key name. But if you want to use the template in different locations, then the key pair will be different. In that case, what you do, you declare parameters in a non-technical way. If we say in here, we define the things that we want to take input from the users. So instead of hard coding the key, by defining parameters like this, what we are achieving here, that when we run this template will ask the user to enter the key name, the key pair value, because this is the key name is, we are giving a reference to the key name, which is a parameter. So on the screen, the users, whoever is configuring, whoever is running the template, will see that when the resources are being deployed, AWS is asking for this parameter, which is key name in this case. So that is why we use parameters. And if we keep moving on, we look into another example, which again just a bit elaboration of previous one. Here the only difference is that you have parameters, key name, so, and you also have a parameter for what, let's say if it is for a WordPress website, it's a WordPress user, you can give a default value and you can give other specifications, as you can see that what type of input it is, and what will be maximum and minimum length, what pattern you are going to allow. You can also have define the web server port, which port is the default, and what could be the minimum value of the port and maximum value of the port, and so on. This is just for your just to give you an idea that how a template is created. This is I would say beginning of the story when it comes to templates, not the all of the story. It's just an abstract of what a CloudFormation template is. So to conclude, these points are very important. We need to keep in mind that we discussed just the very basics of CloudFormation templates, which will help you to understand the templates. If you look into some templates on AWS, now you will understand that what is written, and it's very important to note that if you want to become a guru or a solution developer on AWS, you need to learn template in depth. And we see just at the introduction level of the templates up here, because learning templates in detail is sort of out of the scope for this course. However, as I discussed earlier, that the best place to find the fully explained and total reference is the AWS website. If you go there and search for CloudFormation user guide, you will find everything about CloudFormation and everything about templates. Also, for any other web service, it's AWS service, not just CloudFormation. The best resource you can find is on the AWS website. Just search for developer guide or user guide. You should be able to find, for example, you can search for EC2 user guide. In the same way, you can search for CloudFormation user guide. However, so the concluding note is that we have seen just the very basics of template to understand what goes on and how a template looks like. And this is a topic that you cannot avoid if you want to become a guru. and the best resources you can find on the AWS website. Thank you.